What do y'all think about the shirt I'm wearing today?
I like it. I bought it. I love it.
I love this shirt. Actually, the neck's kind of a little tight for me, but it says I love hot moms, which yeah, I do. I can openly admit that now. So
Yeah. Yep. There's a reason that it was purchased.
happy fucking first week of Pride.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're
Pride
going to
Month.
Pride tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're well, it'll be too late by the time you're listening to this, but maybe you'll get so lucky
Maybe
to
we'll
run into us.
you. Yeah. Get so lucky to run into us. I like the way you worded that.
Yeah, right? You'll get lucky.
That would be lucky on their end.
Before we get into our topic, I just need to update y'all and let you know. Now, this is TMI, but you're here for it because, like, you're here, you're listening, so you're just going to hear it anyways, even if you don't want to. Last night.
I don't know where you're going. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Last night.
It took me a second to.
Oh, my God. For the first time ever.
Monumental things happened.
Drum roll. I let Ember give me a Brazilian wax.
Yep.
Now, I haven't had a Brazilian wax in probably over a year. Like, I just stopped paying for it. I'm not a hairy person.
You're really not.
So it was like just too expensive and not something I enjoyed.
It's the whole reason I even started getting Brazilian waxes. I had never had one before you, and you were like, oh my God, you have to try it. And then I fell in love with getting it done. Then once I moved here, I was like, what the fuck are these prices?
Yeah, it's expensive out here.
It's so expensive, like triple what I paid in Colorado. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to do it to myself. So I've been study waxing myself for like 6 months.
Yeah. Like, and the whole plan was once Ember feels confident in the right, has a technique down that works and is efficient. Mm-hmm. I was going to say like, hey, let's get me waxed.
Yeah.
So how'd that go?
I thought it went really well. I mean, you're a baby. You're a sweet little baby.
I am a baby.
You're a squirmer, is what you are.
I squirm and I flinch and I tense up. I want to know
if you have ever swatted your esthetician's hand away while they're about to pull wax off.
I have grabbed my esthetician's hand before and said, "Hold, pause, let's breathe through this." Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't like any part of it.
Well, it's not it's not like people are like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go wax
my natural instinct is to be like, get the fuck away, get off me. Mm-hmm.
You did okay, though, and like, I feel like halfway through, you kind of loosened up a little bit and got a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, not having been waxed for a full year, I just, I had to get used to that feeling again. Mm-hmm. And it's like very vulnerable and like, it's you, which I love, and I'm comfortable with you seeing like every crevice of
Clearly, because I was all up in it.
But y'all, some of these positions, I feel like this is like we're like in deeper now.
Yeah, we unlocked new doors. We unlock new doors. It's funny. I'm a designer with no schooling. I'm an esthetician with no schooling. I'm self-taught in everything in life.
I feel like it makes it a little bit easier too. Like, there's a piece of me when I think about when I get my top surgery and how excited I am for that. But the healing process that comes with that and your caretaker, I mean, basically, like, you physically can't move your arms, okay? Right. I'm going to have to be okay with Ember wiping my ass.
Potentially, yes.
I'm a very private person when it comes to taking doo-doos in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. I don't like to be in a room with anybody.
We do everything together, don't get me wrong, but I have never been in the same bathroom while Kirby took a shit.
We'll you won't. That. And I, like, if we're at a hotel or like in a place and it's like too quiet, I'm like, turn the music up. Yeah. And not that I'm even a loud person. It's just I mentally have to feel like everything's blocked out. So what you're saying
is last night helped you feel more comfortable when and if I have to wipe your ass after top surgery.
Being all like like, you guys, it wasn't just like, think of like an esthetician. There was wax, there was the towel, all of the things, but like,
I got a ring light out, y'all.
Ember had a ring light, tweezers, like, I was surprised she didn't have like a magnifying glass or something, like really,
magnifying glasses.
Yeah, like a monocle type of.
Oh my God.
They-
Your age just came out a little.
Is that what they're called? Monogles?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
'cause I don't know
Fact
what
check.
the fuck you just said.
You know, like when you have like the little glass eyepiece with a chain,
that like hangs.
and it hangs.
Shit, I don't know what.
I'm
Those
gonna
are
get you one
called.
for your birthday.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Anyways,
so last night was interesting, but I'm proud of us. I'm proud of both of us. I'm proud of myself because I was really nervous to wax you. I was much more nervous to wax you than to wax myself, obviously. What I learned is that it's much easier to wax you than it is to wax myself. The mental fuck that you go through when you are waxing yourself is, I can't even explain it.
I watch it.
I have to hype myself up, y'all. Like, but I'm getting better and better every single time. So
yeah. No, I'm glad it was done because it's summer and you know, I'm trying to be a quicker swimmer. And I hear that if you don't have body hair, you can swim faster.
Is that it?
I'm trying to race the kids in the pool.
I mean, you won't be wearing a bikini or anything, so I guess if that's the perk of no hair.
Although my armpits are, you know, I don't grow hair, but like you can't even see it, and this video doesn't do it justice. But like,
you have man pits right now.
I have man pits. I love a hairy armpit. See, I don't know how you feel. I think you feel like opposite.
I do.
On me or just for yourself?
I don't care so much.
Are you icked out by my armpit hair?
No, but I did almost ask you last night if you'd like me to wax them.
I'm proud of this. Maybe. This is like a teenager getting hair in their arm for the first time.
No, that's more. That's more than a teenager.
Well, and so I've had hairy armpits before. This isn't my first rodeo here.
But no, it doesn't bother me. But especially because, like you said, you can't even see it really unless I'm like really close, or it's like early morning and you're like, smell my armpit, which they do.
Yeah, I like a good smelly armpit on me. Not on someone else. I like when I smell right. Everybody loves their own smells.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Anyway, rolling right into the conversation today. So we got wind of through TikTok, as always. I feel like all of our conversations are based around
because that's how we met, and that is life, and that is topics and news in real time.
That's how we get our information.
We're getting into it.
Yeah. So if you didn't hear, first we had Jojo Siwa come out with a boyfriend, and everybody was like, I thought she was a lesbian. Holy shit. And now it breaks my heart a little bit to say that Fletcher is dating a man. Mm-hmm. I love Fletcher. I have so much love for Fletcher. And I have a lot of things that I could say about the topic, and I know you do too.
Yeah, let's get into it because I don't know like if we're like on the same page or
I think we are for the most part, but I feel like I'm kind of in between pages, which is often my feelings lately. Because I, as of the last couple years of my life, have really tried to teach myself how to just be like, you know what? Let people do their fucking thing. Don't worry about other people and what they're doing unless it's personally affecting you. And so every time I hear like, oh, this gossip or that's happening or this person did that, I go back to how is it affecting me?
Right.
Well, for Fletcher, it does kind of affect me because, like...
Now her music's going to change and you were a fan and you loved her music.
Exactly. And I looked up to her and, like, so many other lesbians did. And she was representation for us. So that part stings a little. Mm-hmm. But
I can feel that.
You do you, boo-boo.
Yeah, I think as we keep getting into it, it's like you realize less and less the importance of placing people in a category and having this label or even having a coming out. If we had no coming out, if there was no need to ever come out and you just loved who you loved and you liked who you liked and you dated who you dated, nobody would even like 1 minute you're, one minute you're with a man, 1 minute you're with a woman or a trans or non-binary or a furry. I don't fucking know. Like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't have to categorize yourself. But, and Fletcher never claimed to be a lesbian.
But that's not true. That I know everybody keeps saying like, no, she didn't. And while no, she didn't get on a newsstand and say like, I'm a fucking lesbian, everybody hear me. Her songs very much so told a story of not only being a lesbian despite being raised a certain way. Her whole song, like, I told my mom it's not a phase, bitch. Yeah, it was. Apparently it was. Like, she was very vocal about like, I am a lesbian. I like girls. I'm going to show you how much I like girls. And never really sang about men. So while she didn't say she was a lesbian, I will agree with that. she made it very clear and represented being a lesbian through her music.
She was doing marketing. She was
And
doing
that's the part that I
great
think
marketing, and she marketed to her target audience.
which is why so many people are upset. She became famous.
But she also
Well, I shouldn't say that.
also said multiple times that she was bisexual.
Yeah. Yep. And I saw a video that I strongly related to, that the way that we create this idea of people that we don't actually know, that's on us. We all of us lesbians sat around and thought to ourselves, oh my God, Fletcher's so, gay, right? Like, she's the ideal lesbian. Everybody loves her. Everybody thinks she's so cute. That's all our own interpretation of who she is. That's all what we created in our own heads for ourselves. So really, like, we molded her to what we wanted her to be, when really, like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair for her. Part of me feels a little bit sorry for her, that she felt so much so that her fan base and her support system was going to judge it so to the extremity of, like, coming out all over again through her new song. That's sad, especially with how much and I've talked about this before, our community preaches about how love is love and everybody support each other, and we're so known for that. And that's what Pride's all about. And but then Pride Month comes, and somebody who has claimed to be bisexual the whole time comes out as having a boyfriend, and all of a sudden everybody's
but
like,
that's bisexual. That's bisexual.
Like, and that's the community in which we claim to be so supportive of all of the different LGBTQ, blah, blah, blah. Like,
right.
It's all of the different fucking letters. But if it doesn't fall into what you think that it should be, it's no longer really like a support system. It crumbles like that.
Yeah. I do think with the political climate and just being Pride Month, I think the timing was off.
The timing
was off, but like, who's to say? You have no idea behind the scenes, her management team, agents, people telling her when she can talk about something, how she can talk about something.
And I'm sorry, but we're a prime example of, you don't really, like, count the days before you meet the love of your life. You don't know when that's going to happen. So if this boy that she's so in love with happened to walk in on fucking April 20th, right before Pride Month, like, I don't know, like, it just so happened to fall on Pride Month. Wham, boo-hoo. Like, you still celebrate Pride. I don't know. But then there is that part of me that's like, man, I lost a good one. I lost a good
it's funny
artist.
Because when I like remember starting to, like, early in my journey of coming out, and people would be like, we lost another one. It'd be men commenting, we lost another one,
Yeah.
And they saw it from that angle, and now we're saying, like, oh, we lost a good one. No, she could still be an ally. She could still claim her biness, she could still.
I read her interview. I read it from beginning to end. She did an interview with Rolling Stone, and I mean, I learned a lot in the interview, but one thing that she did say is that she will always claim to be a queer woman. That just because she is with a man right now does not mean that valid. She is no longer a queer woman. And I do too, to an extent. I think over time, if she, like I've talked about before, if she gets married to a man and continues to be with a man and whatever, like, certain things will start to fall off a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying really hard to get to a space where I'm just happy for everyone. You do you, you be you, you follow your heart. Who am I? Of all people, who am I to tell you you're doing something wrong?
I think an important takeaway for this would be, when you are in a space in the public eye, when you have a following, a fan base, you really need to be ready for, like, how hard people hold you accountable, cling on to the things you're saying, your persona, your identity, all of the different things, because while, yes, be on your journey, do your thing, there are people who feel like, yes, we did lose another one, and the thought of, like, having, like, no longer that representation, like you said, it was representation for you, and knowing how important that representation is.
Right, because there's not enough representation. So when you do have it, you're like, yes. So yeah, losing it does sting, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, the story that we heard recently about, what's that man's name that was shot and killed protecting his husband.
Oh, from King of the Hill.
Yeah, that story,
I can't think of his name.
super sad story.
Yeah, first day of Pride.
And those are the things that I think about when I think about, like, for people to be so angry about somebody's sexuality, and it just goes so many different ways. Lesbians are so angry at Fletcher, and they're so angry at Jojo, and straight white men are so angry at gay men, and it's just like,
why?
If everybody can just step back and just be like, hey, you might not agree with what I'm doing, you might not love to hear it, all of my little lesbian babies, I'm so sorry, but I still like men too, and I'm gonna be with a man. And if all of us little lesbian babies can just be like, oh, that hurts, but okay, good for you. That's where we need to get.
Or
we don't
just
need to
realize
be
like it's not even up for a discussion.
No, because it's
not.
fucking
It's
choice
not
but
up for a
hers.
discussion on who somebody's with. It's
Right.
just not.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't matter their, sexual orientation. Like none of that matters.
But people find something to be angry about all the time. And one thing that I didn't bring up to you this morning when we were talking about this subject was Billie Eilish has done the exact same thing that Fletcher is doing right now, and she did not get this kind of backlash. She did not get
Is she with a man right now?
She has been with many men since she came out. Maybe one or two. I shouldn't say many. But she dated that one dude, and everybody was like, oh, Billie came out as liking women, but is still with a man. But it was not this like hateful, fuck you, Billie. And it's just interesting to me how certain people just get so much, like, they just get dogged on so hard for doing the same thing that so many other people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't know Fletcher. I know her music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her. Mm-hmm. And whoever she wants to lay her head down with at night, that's on her.
Yeah.
I do think that, I think there's a lot of angles to look at it and to understand it. And like I said, at the end of the day, all you gotta do is worry about yourself.
Yep. I think my biggest hope for the situation, not that it's really going to affect me either way, but I just hope that she's doing it for the right reasons, and that it's not because of who our president is or different, judgmental moments that are happening in the world right now, because it is really hard for our community, especially right now. And while we should be moving forward, we're actually backtracking in a lot of ways. So I hope that anybody who's shifting and deciding to do things differently are doing it for the right reasons. That would be my, if I could sit down with Fletcher right now, that would be what I asked her. Tell me why. Like, just it, like, help me.
Here's why. Simple. 3 words. Love is love.
Yeah. And if that was her answer, I'd be like, fuck yeah, good for you.
It doesn't matter. Like, you fall in love with who you fall in love with. And a lot of times it's so easy to fall in love with somebody you get along with and that has the same POV, or you just vibe together. It's easy. It's really easy to fall in love. It's hard to maintain. It's hard to, you have to continuously work at showing up and giving 100%, but it's easy to fall in love with somebody, and it's fluid, and it is what it is. I think I felt like when I was early in my journey of coming out, and it started getting some traction on TikTok, I had people on the straight side of the community saying, like, I hope you're not just doing it for views. I hope it's not just a front. I hope you are who you really say you are. And the shock factor of, like, you've been with men and now you're with a woman, and now you're, I had people challenge me on TikTok and say, no, you're not lesbian, you're bi because you've been with men. And it's like, hey guys, I am who I am. Like, I will tell you who the fuck I am. You don't know who I am. And today people say you can't be a non-binary lesbian. And it's like, I know my female anatomy. I'm not trying to change my female anatomy. I'm trying to get top surgery. But, like, at the end of the day, like I say all the time, there's 2 fucking vaginas rubbing together. However you want to view that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other things rubbing too, but you get what I'm putting down. Like, it's there's no man involved, so call it whatever you want. There is no longer a man involved. And somebody that goes back and forth, or bisexual or pansexual or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, does it fucking matter? I guess to have representation, but there should be representation of people fucking changing their mind and starting over
Well,
and trying it again.
yeah.
And like, I don't know. It wasn't like I was just with one man in my lifetime, you know?
Right.
I tried it again and to see like who am I? And then it's all about discovering yourself.
Yeah, it is. And everybody does change all throughout their life. So
And some people are like, some people kind of tiptoe out or jump out of the closet, and then all of a sudden they're with their, you know, same-sex partner or whatever, and maybe something changes, maybe, who knows, but they go back in the closet and they try again. They try again because of what we've been told in society and being brainwashed and religion and fucked up families. And so you try again. Fletcher might be with a woman again someday. She might.
Well, yeah, it very well could happen. Yeah, I just hope she's happy. Hope she's doing it for the right reasons, and I hope she doesn't let all of the negativity get to her. You know?
I think in her position, she was already like, you're ready for it. It's just kind of like us, where it's like,
I don't think she was ready for it. I don't think so. Not after reading the interview. She was scared to say it. And she's scared of the backlash that she's getting.
But that's, again, sad. There should be no coming out. You should not have to come out. The fact that you don't have to come out straight, but you have to come out in the other direction, like, it's silly. Like, there should be no coming out. Our kids, they don't have to come out.
No.
They are who they are.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully our world can shift in that direction very soon, but I don't know.
We got a lot of work. We got a lot of work. But like, the biggest breakup for Pride Month is Elon Musk and fucking Donald Dumpy Pants. Like, holy shit, if you're not tuned into that, like,
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. All I've seen is what you've had on your phone, like, and
I'm here for the memes. I'm here for the memes.
I don't know why they broke up. I don't know what's being said back and forth on social. And to be honest, I couldn't care less. I don't give two shits about
it's
either
just,
of
but
those
like
men.
the part that I think excites me is that the whole women could never lead, you know, could never be president because they're emotional. And then you have these two fucking narcissists that are so emotional.
So emotional and making fools of themselves from what I've heard. Like,
pissing and shit in their pants left and right.
And bickering back and forth on social for the whole world to see. Like, I heard your video that you were playing this morning, her saying, like, what are you, fucking 12?
Yeah.
Like, that's what we would do when we were 12 and we were angry at our best friend. You don't... Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's just like...
Grow the fuck up.
It's entertaining.
But women
it's
could
fucked
never.
Up, though.
Women
it is.
Never.
We're all screwed. We're all screwed. So just love who you love and get through the day, however you get through the day, and lean on your people. And I don't know, just respect and love people. Love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
Anyways, we hope we see you at Pride, Milwaukee Pride Fest. If not, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
I mean, it's all weekend, but we'll be there tomorrow.
We'll be there tomorrow, yeah.
Look for us. Say hi. Don't be a stranger. And well,
you're saying all of this.
We're saying all of this, and it's like after the fact.
If
so
we saw you,
we love you.
Yeah.
Anyways, happy Pride Month.
Bye.